Coach Abel here along with Coach Weiss, the Abel Body Experts, and we're discussing Coach's tear recently in the powerlifting events that he's entered and now qualifies him for the World Championships. So, Coach, we're just sort of giving a general outline in the last segment, and now I just want to give viewers maybe a better idea of, you said some days you'd go, some weeks you would go in 3 days a week, other days, other weeks 4 or 5, even 6 times a week. But give them a feel, how would you break down the lifts? We're talking squat, bench, and deadlift. How would you determine that on a 3-day-a-week schedule versus a 6-day-a-week schedule? Tell them what your central theme or idea was going in terms of your goal of lifting that day.
Well, I always, obviously I wanted to hit each one of the lifts at least once a week. That was the minimum that I felt I needed to do for myself at that point in time. So at the very basic of it, I'd hit the bench, the squat, and the deadlift once a week. Now, beyond that, I always have known that the bench press and the bench press muscles recover faster for me than, say, the deadlift muscles. Deadlift being reasonably hard on the nervous system, and you can't recover from it quite as fast. And my back can't take too much volume with that.
So biofeedback again.
Yeah, pretty much with that exercise. So I'd always start my workouts deciding whether I was going to squat or not. And surprisingly, a lot of the days I ended up squatting. Like, I squatted a lot more than once a week on most of those workouts.
Sometimes 4 or 5 days a week you were squatting.
Yeah, I was squatted.
That's unheard of in powerlifting.
Up to 5. I wouldn't say it's unheard of. I certainly didn't invent that type of.
It's not. We don't see a lot of that.
I wouldn't say it's common, at least to my knowledge. But I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you don't know what.
I'm not gonna guess
doing.
what everyone else is doing. To be honest with you,
because you're not in that group. You're not following any of their recipes.
There could be guys squatting 5 times a week or 10 times a week or once every 10 days. I honestly really don't know.
Give us an idea of your set and rep schemes as you progressed.
Well,
just in general.
Yeah, just in general, I would basically, to make it as simple as I can without getting too far into it, because to be honest, I don't remember every single workout, but
of course,
essentially, depending on how far out I was, I'd work up to my best set that day of, let's say if I was far enough out, I think I started at 8 reps, I believe is where I started. And then each week or every second week, I'd ramp up to my next level, whether it be a 6 or a 5, and spent a good majority of my time between the 5 and the 3 rep range.
Okay.
Working up on those days to my best of that day.
And you also told me one of your secrets was that regardless of sets and reps, your biofeedback was that you never really sweat. You were never oxygen debt, nothing like that.
No, I never broke a sweat, and it's been a while since I broke a sweat working out anyways.
So there's a message in that madness though, right?
Yeah, that's
for powerlifting.
For someone that's training for pure strength, yeah, there's so much nervous system activity going on and stuff, and the energy system that's being used, it has to recover, and it takes time for that recovery to happen. So
well, let's get into that in the next segment. Let's talk about some recovery times, because I'm so tired of people writing me, how long do I rest between sets? Like there's some clock on the wall that applies to everybody. And so far our message has been that you rely totally on biofeedback. So let's explore that a little bit in the next segment.